How's it going, everyone? It's Sal Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying their Saturday so far, guys. Listen, look, you know what? It wouldn't be a Saturday. In fact, it wouldn't be any day of the week without news about Man United, would there? Because there's lots of news going on around Manchester United. And you know what? Sometimes what I think, before I start, everyone, I want to give my little spin on things. I really do think that news is planted into the media by INEOS and the Glazers to see the fan reaction. I think that's what they do. I actually feel like they do this to see the fan reactions. How would the fans react? And when the fans react bad, they're like, oh, we can't do that. Oh, we can't do that. That's personally what I think. I do believe that we used to do this in the past. But now I feel like this happens, but INEOS are firmer. They don't bow down to what the fans want. So they just do what they want to do. They don't really care about the fans. And I'm starting to really feel like this about Manchester United, about INEOS. You know, they plant things into the media. And in the past, the Glazers might have think, you know, if there was a bad reaction, the Glazers might have thought, oh, you know what? Oh, we can't do that. But now because INEOS are their puppet, you know, they're like, yeah, just do it. Don't worry about it. Just go and do it. That's personally what I think is going on at Man United. I really do. I think that they're testing the waters. They're playing with Man United fans, so to speak, you know, and you know, statistically as it is, they're enjoying it, you know, at the end of the day. And I firmly believe that, of course. Guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on this great Saturday morning. Big up, Dark Crow. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you back, my legend. Nkunku's what deal seems unrealistic. We're going to get into that very, very soon. GK, sell that player is another Luke Shaw, very injury prone and is held to no, mate. We don't need a next injury player. There we go, guys. Absolutely. Fans have spoken. Bless up, Sal. Hit the like, people. Fake up, Russ. Thank you, Rasta. Big up this channel. Smash the likes. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, you legend. Thank you very much. No to Nkunku, injury prone. He's a good player at number 10, but a no for me. Absolutely, guys. Like, look, you know what? As soon as we hope we can get a win against Fulham, most important, it's a big, important game, of course, tomorrow, of course, guys. Massive game for Manchester United tomorrow against Fulham. Tough game as well. Fulham are not doing good. Glazers out. INEOS fraud watch. Absolutely. Glaze INEOS, as we're starting to say now, isn't it? It's the Glaze INEOS era, isn't it, guys? But let me get into it. The Nkunku deal. There was obviously rumours that circulated. I'm sure everyone has heard about it. The Nkunku for Rashford deal. Like, again, what I've been saying at the beginning of this show is about, you know what, planting seeds into the media to see what the fan base, how does fan base react, so to speak. They want to know how the fan base reacts. So this Nkunku deal, you know what, as soon as I heard that, look, I was a big fan of Nkunku a couple of years ago before he signed for Chelsea. But he's 27. He's injury prone. Why the hell would Man United get a 20-year-old, right, who has all the potential in the world and swap him with Nkunku? You know, I don't seem to understand that. I don't understand that. That is the sort of media that I don't like, but I do believe this has been planted by the INEOS, of course, guys. And when you think about Nkunku, and I'm going to go through this right now. I'm going to go through Nkunku and the stats right now, guys, in regards to Nkunku. Okay, so this is Nkunku's injury record, guys. This is Nkunku's injury record. His injury record, he was 68 days, 68 in 2023, 68 days hamstring injury, guys. A hip injury, 24 days, the same season. Fitness, 44 days. Fitness, guys, 44 days, the same season. A knee injury, 110 days, the same season. My goodness me. Goodness, then you go to the season before, you got a torn muscle fibula, 40 days. You got a fitness issue, again, 11 days. You got a torn lateral knee ligament, 54 days. A wrist injury. What has he been doing? Wrist injury. What, goodness me. Wrist injury, 4 days. Coronavirus, 8 days. Back problems, 8 days. Ankle problems, 35 days. My goodness me, he sounds like my nan. I tell you right now, that is a lot of injuries. And you know what? We want to swap a player with Rashford, like Garnacho, who is never injured. He's never injured, right? And we want to swap him for Nkunku, he seems to be more injured than he is fit. I don't understand that, to be honest with you. It sounds crazy to me. It does sound crazy when I look at these. Are we desperate? What's going on? I want to hear more news about it because I want to hear what's going on with Rashford, Garnacho. I want to hear what's Garnacho saying about this. What's his point of view? That's what I want to hear because it seems to me that he's been pushed out the door for some reason. I don't know why, but it does seem like he's been pushed out the door. And this for me sounds ridiculous considering he's one of our best young players in the team and probably our most productive player over the last couple of years when you're going on the attacking front. When you're talking about attacking football, Garnacho is probably our most attacking progress guy. And you know what? I want to bring this into it as well. I want to bring this into the equation, into the video as well, guys. This is from Robbie from AFTV via That's Football. By the way, big up That's Football, big up Mark Goldbridge, and big up Robbie.
I can't believe that Manchester United are trying to sell Garnacho. The Glazers are some of the smartest guys I've ever seen. The way they have managed to position these INEOS guys to take all the flack and they just chill out back in America. It's crazy. Put it this way, when Arsenal play Manchester United, one of the players I fear is Garnacho. He's a player that I'd have at Arsenal. I think he's a really exciting player. He's still raw. Reminds me a lot of Martinelli, actually. He's still raw, but he's got the potential to be a really, really top player. To Chelsea as well. Even if he went abroad, I get that possibly. Still be annoyed if I was a United fan. To Chelsea, I saw the rumours at first and I'm thinking, it's just paper talk. But this looks very serious. I just get the feeling that Amorim, it's not an Amorim thing, especially when you see some of the players that you do need to sell, all still there. And then also the thing that baffles me as well, if Rashford's going, then he's going, Garnacho's going. That means if anything happens to Ahmad, who's going to be those wide players? It's astonishing. I don't know, INEOS, I don't know. Well, I don't think they're doing a great job, I have to say.
There you go, guys. That was from Robbie of AFTV, of course. I mean, very, very telling, is it? That's from an Arsenal fan, guys. That is from an Arsenal fan. Arsenal fans even saying it. What the hell is going on with Man United? They could see through INEOS. And the fact that some of our fan base can't see through INEOS is absolutely astounding to me. It's shocking. I don't know whether they refuse to see through, whether they don't want to change their opinion because they backed INEOS all the way. But obviously, this sounds to me like a crazy deal. And this is Arsenal fans talking, and then the fact of the matter is going to Europe is one thing. But when you talk about Chelsea, no, that can't happen. And this won't happen. It won't happen. Under these fan base, a few of these fans will stop that from happening because this will be an absolutely ridiculous deal for Manchester United to do. And then they're insulting us by offering us Nkunku, who's injury prone, who doesn't play football, that we've just purchased Mason Mount for 55 million English pounds, injury prone, contract running out in a year. We just done that. They already mugged us off with that. Oh, have we not learned our lesson? Give us Cole Palmer then. Give us Cole Palmer and then we'll start talking. If you give us Cole Palmer, then we'll talk. Do you know what I mean? Do something like that. If you want Rashford, if you want Garnacho that bad. And Robbie is spot on there. And it seems to me strange that an Arsenal fan is talking about it. An Arsenal fan has told you that the rumours are serious. You know what I mean? And that goes to show you, and it beggars belief, doesn't it? It really does beg a belief. We should be going out right now. Forget about selling players, right? Yes, Rashford, Casemiro, Shaw, these type of players, Anthony, okay. Right, Anthony hasn't been replaced, by the way. I felt like Anthony was badly treated in the end, but you know what? It is what it is. He's gone to Real Betis. We should be thinking about bringing in players, not getting rid of the good players. And you know what? Getting rid of one and bringing in another. You know what? It baffles me what's going on at this football club. And, I'm becoming a little bit disillusioned by what's going on at this football club, to be honest with you guys. I really am. I'm like, what are INEOS doing? Are they intent on falling out with the fan base? Do they want to fall out with the fan base? Is that what they want to do when you think about it? Is that what they're looking to do? I don't know, guys. Absolutely don't know. It baffles me, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Dark Row, Sal, nowadays we aren't talking about the Glazers that much. We are talking about INEOS. It was a part of their plan. Yeah. To be honest with you, it's because of Jim Ratcliffe, isn't it? It was because of INEOS that they facilitated the Glazers. If INEOS weren't there, they would have had no choice. And I heard this from someone very reliable. They would have had no choice but to sell the football club. They can't afford a new stadium. They couldn't afford reinvestment into the squad. They couldn't afford academy reinvestment. They couldn't afford infrastructure reinvestment, the training facilities, etc. That's why they needed to sell the football club. Now, if Jim Ratcliffe wasn't there to facilitate the Glazers and do an enticing deal to the Glazers, then you know what? They would have sold to Qatar. They would have had no choice but to sell to Qatar. Now, look, this is the whole problem with INEOS. Now, look, you can come into the football club on your vanity project, but and tell us how much you love the club. Tell us that you support the club. Anyone could do that, by the way. Anyone could lie and say I supported the club. You know they can't prove it. So anyone could lie and say they supported the club. You know what I mean? And this is what INEOS are doing. This is what Jim Ratcliffe is doing. They look like they're trimming down the squad. They're trimming down the stadium, the infrastructure. They're going to build a new stadium. They're going to build hotels around that stadium. They're going to build everything INEOS around, right? Hotels, apartments, things like that. And then they're going to walk away. They're going to wait until this club is worth around 10 billion and then they're going to walk away. This is what I'm feeling. You know, I feel like they're there just to rinse the club and squeeze the club even further. They're doing things that Glazers didn't want to do because they were too scared to do. They are the puppet. And I've been saying that for weeks, months. They are the puppet. Before they came into the club, I said they are the Glazer puppets. I said it before they came into the football club. People were supporting them. No, you got to trust them. No, it's INEOS. You got to trust them. And here we are. Here we are. Exactly that. Exactly what we're saying, that they are just puppets. Nkunku, how about Nkunku plus 60 million for Garnacho? So how about Nkunku plus 60 million for Garnacho? No. Nkunku's like having no player. He doesn't play. He doesn't play. No. He's not as good as Garnacho. I wouldn't do that. No. At the end of the day, I don't want Nkunku. I don't. You know, I don't want another player on our wage bill, 190 grand a year, a month, you know, who doesn't play football. That's the last thing that Man United need right now. Man United don't need another crocked player on astronomical wages. If someone wants to sign Garnacho, sign him 80 million English pounds and above, not euros, pounds and above. And if they want to sign him, then you want him that badly, here you are, you have to pay the money. If not, go away. That's what I would say. Now, this brings in the element of Dorgu. Dorgu, of course, Patrick Dorgu has been heavily linked with Manchester United. You know, they're talking 40 million euros, which is around 35 million pounds, right? They're talking about that. This guy, right, is look, I'm not saying that, you know what, we shouldn't sign him and he's a bad player. He's a good player, a good prospect. But 40 million. 40 million. They want to charge us double his value. They want to charge us double his value because we're Manchester United. Now, look, you know what? During the summer, I felt like we did well with some of the transfers. We walked away from the Jarrah Branthwaite deal when it was too much money. And you know what? That is good. And then we got the Euro deal done. And we weren't really held to ransom. We didn't really overpay for any players. But you know what? This is contradicting that because I would walk away from Dorgu right now. 40 million euros. For Dorgu, he's 20 million tops. If we were Fulham, if we were Brighton or Ipswich, they will say 15 million. Straight up. He's unproven. He's hardly played football. He's a substitute for Denmark, right? What are we looking at here? We just want to overpay, which literally they want to, and then we want to sell Garnacho for only 10 million euros more. It doesn't make sense to me. And this is the whole problem with INEOS. This is a whole problem with Glazers. Glazers and INEOS, Glaze INEOS. This is exactly what it is. Glaze INEOS, Glazeonomics. They are doing this. They are smart. But you know one thing about it. You know, the fan base will win. The fan base will win and they won't be smart sooner or later. Trust me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what they're doing to this football club, you know, they had this plan. It disgusts me at the end of the day. Rasta, Dorgu deal for club at £34 million to go. Too much money. Too much money. Go after Alvaro Fernandez. Alvaro Fernandez is now interesting Barcelona and Real Madrid. Why are we hovering? Why did we sell him in the first place, number one? But why are we hovering around? Go and get him. He has stated that he wants to come to Manchester United. So why don't we go and get him? Why don't we go and get Dorgu? Why don't we go and get Carreras? Instead of hovering around and waiting for Dorgu, why don't we get Carreras? Of course. Alvaro Carreras is open to returning to Manchester United, says Sam C. Go and get him. If he's open to returning to Manchester United, go and get him then. Don't hover, don't wait for it. Go and get it. Because at the end of the day, if Barcelona and Real Madrid come hovering, he's going there. Rest assured, he's going there, because you know what happens. Real Madrid in particular, the Spanish players want to go to Real Madrid. That's what they want to do. So we got to move, and we got to move quickly when it comes to Alvaro Carreras, because if we let this go, we're going to lose him again. We're going to lose him again, guys. And in regards to another one, a guy highly rated at Manchester United. I've rated him highly over the last few months, of course. Severe Naipan is flying to Manchester ahead of expected move to Premier League club. No word of whether he's joining United or City. In my sources and what I've heard is that he's talking with Manchester City and Arsenal. That's from Oli Saga. He's talking to Manchester City and Arsenal. Where are Man United in this equation? What is going on with Manchester United? Nisfir Naipan is a Manchester United fan. He's a Manchester United fan. What is going on here? Why are we hovering? Why are we waiting? What's going on? What are we waiting for? It makes me laugh, doesn't it? Now, look, Manchester United are interested in a number of players. Of course, I've been talking about them for months, it seems, guys. Months. But one thing I would say is that, we're also after Liam Delap, of course. Liam Delap, who used to play for Man City, but plays for Ipswich Town, is co-owned by Man City and would cost around 25 million euros. Will cost a little bit extra. If we're going to get him out of City, he will cost a little bit extra. But Liam Delap, obviously, is a great prospect. 21 years old, centre forward. Great prospect. I don't think Man United will do this deal, but you know what? This has been circulating for the last few months that Man United are interested in Liam Delap. You know what? At the end of the day, he's unproven again. He's unproven at a top club, and we're going to end up paying 30 to 40 million euros. That's what's going to happen. In fact, more. His contract expires in 2029. We're going to do that again for an unproven player. It's great. Yeah, it's great that this player is there. You know what? But is he better than Garnacho? Be honest with yourself. Is he better than Rasmus Højlund? Is he better than Xerxes? Has he proven himself in various leagues around Europe? Has he done that? And that's one thing we have to understand. Look, I don't mind, bringing in these young players. I don't mind bringing in Tyler Dibley. I don't mind bringing in Liam Delap. I don't mind bringing in Sfir Naipan. But what I don't want is selling players like Garnacho to fund these players, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you selling a player, who's on par, in fact, better than the players you're mentioning, and then replacing them with lesser players? It really doesn't make any sense to me, if I'm being honest with you guys. If I'm being totally frank, I don't know what's going on with Man United. I don't know why. What are we doing in this transfer market? Look, I firmly hope that we get a big news next week. We got a week and a half, obviously, till the window opens. I hope that in a week and a half we get a massive, big news in regards to Manchester United, in regards to a signing. But at the moment, the news and the speculation is not feeding me. It's not encouraging me. It's not filling me with enthusiasm, to be honest. It isn't. And I'm getting a little bit bewildered and disillusioned by what's going on at the moment. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Guys, let's read some of your comments. Rastu Stocks, Dorgu, yeah, I think I read that one. Big up. I'm just telling you, Sal, that Robbie would never want Garnacho to his London rival club. He does. Arsenal fans want him. I speak to a number of Arsenal fans, Matata, and he does. Have you seen him? What he done? He's done well against Arsenal over the years. He's done very well against Arsenal over the years. Would you give then Garnacho and Rashford for Palmer? Lumen, can I be honest with you? That deal appeals to me more, Lumen. That deal appeals to me more. Yes, I would. Because Palmer's a generational. Palmer's brilliant. Palmer's fantastic. I like Palmer. I will do that deal. That's the type of deal I'm talking about. But we're looking at swapping players for cropped players. That's what we're doing. Big up. Big up, Manden. What's going on, Manden? AM, how you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good with you. Happy Saturday and everything. Thank you for joining the stream, my guy. Thank you very much, of course. I agree. So if they want Garnacho, send Cole Palmer immediately and take Luke Short while they had it, add Mason Mount to it. Absolutely. Add Rashford to it as well. Have him. We'll take Palmer. Yeah, we will. But they won't do that, will they? They're not stupid like Man United's board. They're not stupid. They wouldn't do that because they know that doesn't make any sense. Man United at the moment and INEOS, they don't make any sense. They make me laugh. I don't know whether to laugh or cry when I see what's going on at Man United. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I really don't, because what is going on at this football club, it is absolutely bewildering, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Kenny, big up Kenny. What's going on? Barely even plays at Chelsea. Yeah, I've just given his injury record. He's missed nearly 300 days of football in the last year, to be honest with you. It does make me laugh, to be honest. Leeson, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. No more injury-prone players for Chelsea. No more. No more. The only player I'm taking for Chelsea, from Chelsea, is Palmer. That's it. I don't want any other Chelsea player. You know, I don't want any other Chelsea player. Palmer is, that's it. That's about it. You know, think of a Chelsea player. Which Chelsea player would you want? You know, would you want? I mean, I ain't seen Nkunku play for a very long time. You know, I haven't seen him play, to be honest. I mean, he was highly rated. I think it was at Monaco, wasn't he? Highly rated by a lot of clubs in Europe. But now he's 27. Nkunku should be at his peak right now. He should be at his peak, to be honest. Rasta, Stone Cold Steve Austin says DTA, don't trust anybody. Absolutely. Don't trust them. Don't trust INEOS, that's for sure. It'd be foolish to trust INEOS. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sanjay just returned from a nightclub. We have not learned our set lesson from Mount if we get Luka. Absolutely. And not only him, we haven't learned our lesson from Mata. You know, we haven't learned our lessons from any of the Chelsea players, the former Chelsea players that we have signed over the years that have been flops. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a player that came from Chelsea that, you know what, has done well at Man United. Mata, yeah, he done okay. You know what I mean? But we spent a big money on him. And why did Chelsea want to sell him in the first place? And that's what you have to understand. Chelsea are cheeky offering us Nkunku. They're absolutely mad offering us Nkunku. They think we're absolutely nutty. No, you think we're going to fall for that one? You want us to have, I mean, probably INEOS might fall for it. The Glazers might fall for it. But we're not certainly falling for that. No way, Jose. No. Absolutely not. Big up, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. Mandem, we won't be held to ransom because we have Barada and the team. I hope so, Mandem. I really hope so, to be honest with you. In regards to Dorgu, we should be walked away right now. What we should have done, as soon as they said 40 million, we've already offered them way too much on 25 million euros. That's way too much anyway. Soon, we're talking about Lecce here, who are a relegation fodder, you know, and they sold, who's a Norwegian fellow, Hillmans, to Sporting Lisbon for less than that. You know, so who's more proven? And at the end of the day, you know, we should just walk away, say, thank you, Lecce, very much. Thank you very much. We'll move on. It's too much. You know, and let's go after let's get Fernandez back. Let's get Alvaro Carreras back. Let's get him back. Let's do that. Why don't we do that? Because he's going to end up going to Real Madrid. We're going to regret it. And that is what's going to happen. You know, why don't we just go back? Why don't we just do that deal? It just beggars belief, to be honest with you. So what makes you believe that Garnacho will become a superstar? Let me tell you. Puskas winner, right? Top 5 under-21 players in the world ranked by his fellow professionals. Okay? 8 caps for Argentina. Okay? Copa America winner. FA Cup winner. League Cup winner. Evidence enough, my friend. Evidence enough. Hope this Nkunku swap deal not happen. I hope so as well, GK. I don't think it. I don't think it will. It would be absolutely stupid if we did that deal. To be honest with you, we'd be absolutely crazy if we did that deal. I would actually say lose hope completely if we did that deal, because at the end of the day, it is an injury-prone player. So let's go through some of the quotes over the last 24 hours. Of course, guys, Lecce have turned down Manchester United's new bid for Patrick Dorgu. They are insisting on £34 million, which is around 41 million euros, about that, which is absolutely overpriced. Double the value of what he's worth, of course. Disgraceful. Walk away from that deal right now. Walk away from that deal and concentrate on another player, of course. Lecce board insist on a 40 million euros package for Patrick Dorgu to Man United, or he won't be allowed to leave in January. The Italian club hope to keep the player until summer unless valuation is met. Manchester United's second approach, not enough to get the done so far. So walk away. Walk away. Don't entertain it. Dorgu has said he wants to come to Manchester United. If he wants to leave, he will force through the move. And they will have no choice but to sell him. They're going to go down to Serie B next season. And his value will drop significantly. So my opinion to INEOS, walk away. and go after someone else. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Leave it. That's what I would say. Manchester United and Lecce have 5 million golf in valuation over Patrick Dorgu, and following United's second offer. There is optimism a deal can be reached. More club-to-club talks are planned over the weekend, says Ben Jacobs. Manchester United and Chelsea had initial talks about potential deals for Christopher Nkunku and Alejandro Garnacho. Not a swap, but separate. Nothing as is advanced, says Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United has seriously entered the race for Christopher Nkunku and are in direct contact with Chelsea, says Florian Plettenberg. There you go, guys. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Manchester United and Chelsea have discussed a swap deal between Alejandro Garnacho and Christopher Nkunku, says Plettenberg. There you go, a swap deal. Oh, my goodness me. Crazy. Manchester United expect Chelsea to submit an official bid for Alejandro Garnacho at any moment, says Fabrizio Romano. This is all from yesterday. New contacts have been established between Napoli and Alejandro Garnacho's agents. The Italian club have not given up. There you go, guys. There you go. It looks like the writing is on the wall with Garnacho. All these rumors coming to light so far. You know, it's crazy what we're hearing at Man United this last week. I mean, it doesn't end, does it? It doesn't seem to end. There's news after news after news, and it is absolutely madness at the end of the day when we think about it, that a player of his caliber is even being considered to leave Manchester United, of course. It is madness at the end of the day. It is madness. Lecce should know how much we bought Nus Mazraoui for. Absolutely. They're trying their fast one. GK, they're trying to hustle Man United. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to hustle Man United. At Nori from Wolverhampton, yeah, it cost about 50 million, man. It cost about 50 million out Nori. I love At Nori. I think he's a fantastic player, but he's going to cost too much money, and Man United are struggling to pick up money for that. You know what? That's the kind of a deal that Man United should do. I like Kirkis. Look, if you're going to get, what I would say in defense of this, right? If you're going to get Dorgu for 40 million euros, 10 more million euros, you can get out Nori or Kirkis. Yeah, why don't you just do that then? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, or just do a little deal with Bournemouth. You know, give them the player and just take him for 40 million. I like Kirkis. Think he's a good player. I wouldn't mind him at Man United. 21 years old, very good player, of course. Absolutely. Sal, they won't him for PSR reasons. Don't fall into Glazeronomics. Totally Sicilian mafia attitude by Lecce. Yeah. Leche, L-E-C-C-E, DK. L-E-C-C-E, brother. Leeches. Leeches are completely different. There's an insect. We should sell Garnacho anyways. We shouldn't sell Garnacho anyways. He's a threat up front. Absolutely, man. Then spot on. We shouldn't. We sell firstly, what we should do is we should sell the players we're supposed to sell first. You know, the players that are not playing. You know, the Luke Shaws, the Casemiros, the Rashfords, the Mason Mounts. These type of players we should concentrate to, for now, try to get rid of before anything else. It's madness. Abdullah. Tyler Dillon would prefer him to Manchester United before any other team in England and MSC. Of course he would, Abdullah. But why would you bring in Tyler Diblin at 18 years old and replace him with Garnacho? It's going backwards, isn't it? It's going backwards because Tyler Diblin is not proven. He hasn't. Look, he's playing for Southampton, slap bottom of the Premier League table, right? They're going to want 50 million for him. We're going to sell Garnacho for 50 million. So where is the upgrade here? You know, where's the upgrade? I wouldn't mind Tyler Diblin at Man United. I wouldn't mind it. But only if he comes into Man United with Garnacho, not without Garnacho. I wouldn't mind Liam Delap as long as he comes with Garnacho, not without Garnacho. We need to be thinking about building this squad, not stripping this squad down of its assets, you know what I mean, to bring in cheaper players on lower wages. That's what we're doing. What are we becoming? Everton? Are we becoming Southampton? Is that what we're trying to become here? Because it does seem that way, isn't it? You know, are Man United aiming for relegation? What's going on? What are we doing? So no clubs want Shaw, Mount and Casemiro. Only Garnacho is worth. Yeah, so don't sell him then. Don't sell him then. That's it. Why are we going to sell him? So we sell our best player because we can't sell Mount and Casemiro. So we sell our best player. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense. Buy players which suits your role. Don't fall for higher bids. Absolutely. Now we are losing the time. Focus on Dorgu. We should go. Absolutely. Look, Fernandez, Carreras, all these players are available. Dorgu, South. Will Garnacho go and open doors before Rashford return in his left-hand side? God blimey, don't say that, Lumen. That's nightmares, to be honest with you. Nightmares. There's no logic in getting Dibbling by selling Garnacho. Man, them. You speak a lot of sense, mate. Absolutely. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There's no sense. It doesn't make any sense. We've got better players in our youth academy than Dibbling. I'm sorry, but we have. Shea Lacey's better than him. We got Obi Martin is probably better than him. You know, he's only playing because it's Southampton. You know what I mean? I would even say that Collier is probably on that level par. But look, I know disrespect to the player, but you know what? If we're going to get a player in, if we're going to replace Garnacho, we got to replace him with the likes of, as we said earlier, Cole Palmer, Cunha, or something like that. Someone who, you know what, can make a difference for Man United, can get us up that table. Even Cunha would be a bad one because he's 25. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, even he would be a bad one. Big up, Darren. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It feels like the deadwood are here until the contracts run down. It does feel like that, Darren. I absolutely agree with you, mate. Nothing has changed, you know, and this is why we needed a full sale Glazers out debt cleared, because you know what, they would have paid off Qatar would have paid off the contracts and they would have been out the door already, and we would have been far more ahead in our progress. You know, unfortunately, you know, we can't afford to get rid of these players, you know, and these players are sticking it out. And again, it's just like Luke Shaw is due a testimonial very soon. Luke Shaw is due a testimonial very soon. Can you believe it? You know, Phil Jones was due a testimonial. You know, and this is what's going to happen. I can see the likes of Mason Mount, Luke Shaw running down their contracts at Man United. I really can. Getting free money. I really can. And these people need to make these players' life hell. They need to put these players. What I like about Ruben Amorim, and this is one thing that I like about Ruben Amorim, right? And this is what he does. He practices this. Even in the players injured, they come to the match. Because you know when you're an injured player, right? If you're an injured player, you get the weekend off. It's a cushy life. You get the weekend off. But what Ruben Amorim has implemented, he's made sure that even the injured players, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, have to come to the games. Have to be at the games on a Saturday or a Sunday. They have to be at the games. So no chance in sitting down, relaxing and things like that. Absolutely no chance. So nothing has changed or gone more worse. At the moment, Lumen, what I would say is that the longer we go on with this, the worse it becomes. I think it is. I think it's getting worse, Lumen. And the reason I think it's getting worse, Lumen, is because we've got a puppet for the Glazers. The Glazers didn't want to make moves. They didn't want to do any of these transfers and these redundancies because they were scared of the fan backlash. Now they've got their puppet in the door. They've got their puppet in the door, and this puppet is doing a dirty work for them. So in theory, it is worse. It is worse right now. Can it get any worse? We would have thought it wouldn't get any worse, but it is. We've got the Glazers and INEOS. INEOS in charge of Manchester United. And you know what? I know Man United didn't deserve this. Did they? They didn't deserve this. We didn't deserve any of this ownership. We got the worst ownership in football. I firmly believe that. We were just unlucky. We got the worst ownership in football, and to be honest with you, it's disgusting, and I don't see them leaving the football club anytime soon, guys. And to be honest with you, unless Qatar come in with an astronomical amount of money, they already did, by the way, and they put it on the table. They're not going anywhere, and unfortunately, we're stuck with this vanity project. And Glazers, you know, hand in hand. Look, Joel Glazer was part of the Eric Ten Hag meeting when they decided to keep Eric Ten Hag. And when they went to Manchester City Centre and had that little meeting, Joel Glazer was part of that. Joel Glazer is still a big voice at Manchester United. People think it's INEOS, Barada, Vavel, Wilcox, Jim Ratcliffe. People think it's that, but don't get it twisted. The final decision comes from Joel Glazer and the Glazers. We're still owned by the Glazers. You know what I mean? And this is the thing, you know, and people are saying, oh, no, but this, but that, but this. Because they supported INEOS, and they know that they're wrong by supporting INEOS. They know that, you know, they fell for the trick. They fell for the heartstrings. They fell for INEOS, born and bred, Man United fan, born and bred, when he's not. He's a Chelsea fan. Why do you think he's always connected with Chelsea? Why do you think we're always talking about Chelsea players, Chelsea? Because he's connected to Chelsea. Jim Ratcliffe is connected to Chelsea. You know what I mean? It makes me absolutely, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? You know, people are falling for it. The man can born and bred, but this Chelsea season ticket holder. which is obviously Jim Ratcliffe is a Chelsea season ticket holder, not a Man United season ticket holder, a Chelsea season ticket holder. I wouldn't be surprised if you went to his house and you saw a line of Amiga Chelsea tops in frames. You know what I mean? It's disgusting, to be honest with you. It is disgusting, and people are falling for this. People are falling for the tricks. People are falling for the old smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? Mate, born and bred, but never seen at Old Trafford before the buy. Haven't got any photos in me in a Man United top, you know, from when I was a kid. But I'm mate, born and bred, Man United fan my whole life. Yeah, of course you are, mate. Of course. So's Jamie Carragher. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you make me laugh. Honest to God, the way this club, you know, and people fall for that rubbish. It is crazy at the end of the day. And you know what? Not just that. Look, I gave INEOS the benefit of the doubt before they came into the club. All right. I said, okay, INEOS take charge of the club. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's not what we wanted, but it's something. But what they're doing right now, they're feeding into that stereotype that many of us predicted would happen. Many of us predicted would happen. Will we be doing a stream later today? Hopefully, Lumen. Hopefully, Lumen. I will be there later on today, all being well, of course, Lumen. Anything happens, I'll let you guys know. Thank you, Lumen, though. Big up the legend, Lumen. Hope you're doing well. It will be, of course, I will be doing a stream later, hopefully. Of course, guys, yes. Chatterbox. Of course. He almost bought Chelsea for absolutely, man. And Chelsea didn't fall for his tricks. Chelsea didn't fall for it. Chelsea are not stupid like we are. Man United are mad. Man United, the way we're run, they're mad. You know, we are the ones, you know, who are crazy. We're a laughing stock at the moment. You know, and probably Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers are on the phone talking about it, you know, all day long on the phone. Yeah, wait, don't worry about the fan base. Yeah, don't worry about the fan base. Don't you worry about them. I got them sorted. We'll get them sorted. Don't worry. We'll make 250 people unemployed. Yeah, don't worry. They're just gonna moan. That's all. We just ignore it. Turn off the social media and we'll ignore it. Don't worry, Joel Glazer. We got it. We got this, Joel Glazer. Don't worry. This is what we've been brought here for. We've been brought here for to do the dirty work for you. That's what we've been brought here for. So don't worry about it. Oi, give me a Werther's original. Ah, lovely. That is what INEOS are. That is what Jim Ratcliffe is. Disgraceful, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, how anyone could fall for this old trick, this old mucker of a trick, of course, guys, it makes me laugh. Thank you so much, Lumen. Great to have you as usual, brother. Big up, of course. Rasta. So we have to focus on climbing up the Premier League table. I'm listening to a trophy this season. I want to win the Europa League. And if we could get the FA Cup, that would be great. We need silverware. Silverware overrides everything, Rasta. If we win the Europa League in particular, I mean, that would be a very successful season for Ruben Amorim and Man United. Not where we want to be overall, ultimately. But if we win the Europa League, where we are right now, if someone said right now, guys, you're going to finish 13th in the league, but you win the Europa League, what would you say? I'll say yes. Qualify for the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? That's it. At the end of the day, we can progress next season and we can build next season on that. And we will attract more players, of course. Do you know what I mean? Of course, guys. We'll attract more players. Newman, Ratcliffe and Brit, so nothing will happen to me. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Let me put this scenario out for you. I know it is hypothetical, but let me put this scenario out for you. If Qatar were doing the same as Ratcliffe right now, exactly the same. Let's say they're doing exactly the same right now. What would the media be saying about this? What would they be saying about this? They would be saying a lot more about this, plus some sugar on top, some Salt Bay on top, guys. They'll be saying a lot more about it if Qatar was in charge. They would, because at the end of the day, I know it's hypothetical, but any little twist and nook and cranny that Qatar do wrong, they would have brought it up and said, look at Qatar. My goodness, look at them. Virtual signaling. This. Building a mosque. This. That's what they were doing. Oh, Qatar planning to build a mosque outside Old Trafford. That's what they'll be doing. Trust me, guys. That is what they'll be doing. They'll be making up malicious rumors. They'll be twisting it. The media will be twisting it, etc. That is what they do. That is what they do. And that is what they would do. They'll make it a lot worse. But because it's old Jim, Mank born and bred, one of us, you know, Mason probably, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, oh, you know, and that's it. You know, at the end of the day, guys, you can't become a billionaire in England, be the richest man in England if you're not a Mason, by the way. And look that up, by the way, if you guys. So no offense to that. You can be if you want. But just to let you know, And yeah, so at the end of the day, that's how it's going down at the moment. Mac. So what exclusive news did your contacts leak to you? Nothing today. Nothing today, mate. Nothing today. Nothing today. Maybe later. I might have something for you. Maybe later, but not now. Not at the moment. At the end of the day, not at the moment. Don't forget, I leaked the Dorgu news first. It was me, and don't forget, I was one of the first people to leak the Eric Ten Hag news as well. So yeah, and many others. But I don't sit on there boasting. It's not what I do. All I care about is this football club. And at the moment, this football club is going somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like where this football club is going, to be honest. If the fans don't show up to the matches, the club will go broke. Absolutely. But you know what? The fan base is so divided at the moment. They're not going to do that. Because the fan base is so divided. They don't, you know what? We can't get together. I created something called the 58-minute walkout in 2019, I think it was. The 58th minute walkout. So basically, after the 58th minute, the fans will walk out the ground. I got slaughtered for that. I got criticized for that because but I was trying to make a difference. I've already been there. I've already done it. Worn the t-shirt. You know what I mean? I've already done all that. Do you know what I mean? And the problem is that, the fan base are not united. So how can we, and that was just a section of the fan base I was asking to leave. Yes, a few left, but ultimately it was a flop because ultimately the fan base are not united. They don't want to change. They talk about change, but they don't want to change. They don't want to admit the obvious, what we need to do. They don't want to do that because it's fun. Going to Old Trafford is fun. I don't want to lose my season ticket. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? This type of thing, That's where the club makes most of the money. Absolutely, yeah. Sal, it's a race thing, mate, and it's criminal. Absolutely, Rasta. It is, and it's sad. It is sad, to be honest with you, that we're still in 2025 and we're talking like this. Do you know what I mean? We're going through things like this, of course. You know what I mean? We're talking like, about race and culture and, xenophobia and things like that. And this thing is 2025, guys. We need to move on from this thing. At the end of the day, the elites want us divided, and that's what they want. And they're loving this at the moment. They watch too many cartoons, to watch too many Disney cartoons, and this is what they do at the end of the day. But Manchester United have set their sights on Liam Delap. Liam Delap, of course, is an Ipswich player that Man United are interested in. Now, reporting the news, that is the news that is out there at the moment, of course, guys. Dorgu, is it a fair price? Is Dorgu a fair price, guys? Absolutely not. 40 million euros for 40 million euros, 35 million pounds, 34 million pounds for Dorgu is extortionate. He's worth about 15 to 20 million euros. That's what it was. They're taking us for a ride. Man United need to walk away from this deal. That's what they need to do. They need to walk away. Alvaro Fernandez Carreras is available. Go for him. Don't miss out on him. He's wanted by Real Madrid. He's wanted by Barcelona. Go and get him. Cheap as chips. Cheap as chips. Go and get him. 19 million euros. 16.7 million pounds. Go and get him. Go and get him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Earthfan. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're good. Absolutely. So, one thing I would say is that Alvaro Fernandez, I think we'll miss the boat if we don't get him. I really do. I think if we don't get Alvaro Fernandez, he'll go to Real Madrid. We shouldn't have sold him in the first place. It was absolutely diabolical to sell Alvaro Fernandez. It was ridiculous to sell Vitek and Kovar. It was ridiculous to sell those type of players, when, and then go out and get Onana. Guys, I heard a stat on Onana, guys, and I want to bring this in, guys. I want to bring this in really quickly. Let me get this up for you, right? I want to get this up for you really quick. All right, if you don't mind. Bear with me a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. If I can find this video. It is a video from the BBC, I believe. So I'm gonna try and find it for you because it is so important. It really sits down people and stuff. So let me see if I can get this in. real quickly. Let me see. Latest. Let's have a look. I might bring it into Chatterbox. If I can't find it, I might bring it into Chatterbox later on. Because I saw it earlier on. And it was very, very interesting in regards to that. Very, very interesting. But yeah, no, I can't find it at the moment, but I'm going to bring it in. But it is basically a bunch of stats about Onana versus De Gea. You'll get shocked. You'll be shocked to your head. You'll be absolutely, goodness me. Did you know that De Gea won the Golden Glove last season? Did you know that? Did you know that? Fabrizio claimed that Real Betis is paying 84% of Anthony's wages. That's a good surprise. That is a surprise, Mac. Absolutely. That is a big surprise. Breaking news. Irfan Garnacho to Chelsea bomber. Wanted to correct me about a conversation yesterday. Mate, you're very arrogant. You come across very arrogant, Irfan, sometimes. Accommodating by dropping Nietzsche, and you said that he was injured. No, he was not injured. He was on the pitch. We move on now. You come across, I wanted to correct you. Look, at the end of the day, I heard he had a stiff leg. So that's what I heard at the end of the day. At the end of the day, he had a stiff leg. He was rested. He's played too much football. He's been injured. He was injured. So that's why we're resting him. We're resting him at the end of the day. You can't correct me when I have the sources saying that he had a stiff leg. That is basically an injury, you know, but he had a stiff leg. He's needed to be rested. He's not injured, so to speak, but he's got a stiff leg. It's an injury, basically. Absolutely. There you go. But it's on. It's on, isn't it? There you go. David De Gea have better stats. Absolutely. Almac, the papers are saying that Liverpool are negotiating get Kirkish for 34 million. That's the same price as Lecce is asked for Dorgu. Absolutely. We are getting fleeced once again. Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah. So that is it at the end of the day. Yeah, you come across arrogant, Irfan. No, Irfan, I've been in football 40 years. I don't talk crap, mate. You know, I come on here with respect. I read out everyone's comments and stuff. Even if you send 10 comments, I'll read it out. Even if it's against me, I'll read it out. But no problem, mate. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, he had a stiff leg. A stiff leg for me is like an injury, but it's not injured. He's not injured. He's not missing the next game. It's a stiff leg. We're resting him, basically. Just like we did with Euro. They said it's an injury, but he's not. He's stiff. He's not fit at the end of the day. But it has been reported by various other outlets, guys, at the end of the day. And I was right, because at the end of the day, let me read something out for you. Right. This is from yesterday, okay? It's not just Fabrizio. That's Fabrizio Romano. Yesterday, Manchester United expect Chelsea to submit an official bid for Alejandro Garnacho at any moment. Okay? This is from Di Marzio. New contacts have been established between Napoli and Alejandro Garnacho's agent. The Italian club are not giving up. Di Marzio, Fabrizio. No smoke without fire. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but let me tell you something I didn't mention yesterday. Okay? Let me tell you something that I didn't mention yesterday. INEOS, right? INEOS will leak news to the media, right? To see our reaction. And then if we have a good reaction, they'll push it. If we have a bad reaction, they'll step back. This is what happened with Mainu, okay? INEOS will feed the seeds to the media to see our reaction. When Mainu news came out, it wasn't that it was a lie. It was a fact. It was leaked by INEOS. Okay? But they saw the backlash from big United channels, big United fans, and they stepped back. That's what they do. It's not all black and white. It's not all like, I'm right, you're wrong, this, that, and the other, but that's what it is. But let's end it there. You're not Earthman. You're not a defeat. We're Man United. We are being defeated. Every single one of us has been defeated. You're not defeated. You're defeated. I'm defeated. Matata is defeated. We're all defeated. But you know one thing I would say? I said it here. INEOS plants seeds into media, right? If it's a positive outcome, if it's a positive one, then they'll move forward with it. If it's negative, they'll step back. When the Mainu news broke and it was fed by Jim Ratcliffe and his entourage to Ornstein, right? They wanted to see the reaction of the fan base. I guarantee you, if the fan base went, you know what? Then they leaked news about he wants 200K a week, right? Which they leaked to make the fans think, you know what? Mainu, he doesn't deserve that much money. He doesn't deserve that much money. You know what I mean? They leaked that. So if we did sell Mainu, they'll say, well, he was a mercenary. He wants that much money. So that's what they're doing. They're planting these seeds into the media. So what we need to do as fans, attack it and say, this is unacceptable. This shouldn't happen. And this one won't happen. Absolutely. I'm against the sale of Garnacho, Almac. I'm against it. I'm firmly against it. Yeah. It's not who we are as a football club, you know, and I'm against that. Yeah. I'm against getting rid of 20-year-olds, you know, and who have huge potential, you know. That's what I'm against. Because I know, Almac, and let's be honest, if Garnacho was playing for Real Madrid or, you know, any other team in the world, it'd be a lot more money. It's too much. When they're selling Dorgu for 40 million and we're trying to get 50 million for Garnacho, it just goes to show you, innit? But let's move on from that. We wasn't talking about Garnacho. We were talking about Alvaro Fernandez. We were talking about Alvaro Carreras. We need to do this deal. Real Madrid and Barcelona are hovering around, so we need to do this deal. Shocked we sold him in the first place. Shouldn't have sold him. Absolutely bad deal, of course, guys. It sounded arrogant. You're not arrogant. You sounded arrogant there, fan. But you know one thing. We're all arrogant at the end of the day, isn't it? But you know what? We all sound arrogant, should I say, at times. But you know what? It sounded very, very implosive. Thank goodness me. We're not here to argue. We're here. We're a community, and that's what it is at the end of the day. Let's wait and see what happens, of course. Newman, very true, Sal. We are all Red Devils and defeated and helpless. We're being mentally tortured and harassed. Yeah, but we need to be strong and we need to call out those owners. I'm here every single day calling out the owners. INEOS this, Glazers this, Glaze INEOS. I posted a short video about it. We need to call them out because look, regardless what you think about media, INEOS, Glaze INEOS are leaking this. They're leaking this. You know, I don't trust certain media outlets. I don't. I mean, I trust Fabrizio because, you know what, I've spoken to Fabrizio and stuff and I know what he's about. But I don't, there's certain ones I don't trust. But one thing I would say is that, you know what, don't be fooled and don't be deceived by the dark arts of football. And that dark arts could be on the pitch and it could be off the pitch. INEOS and the ownership are leaking this. They're the ones who are leaking this. And they're the ones where we're causing fights between people and stuff like that. Absolutely. Bun Chelsea, cheese, they are melted. Absolutely. Bun Chelsea. Absolutely, man, them. Bun Chelsea. By the way, that means F Chelsea, if you don't know, guys. Absolutely. I said, Amac, never seen you criticize Glazers or INEOS. I don't know. I can't remember. So INEOS are spreading rumors. That's my stance too. And that's why I am convinced that Garnacho staying. Irfan, what I would say in your defense is that I really hope he stays. INEOS would love to sell Garnacho. They would love the money. You know, they'll bring in a cheaper option, and that is it. That's what they would do. My biggest fear about INEOS is that they want to strip down this football club. And what they're doing already, stripping down, getting rid of Alex Ferguson, you know, cutting the charity work and cutting the bonuses to the legends, of course, which they've done, is that if they're doing this, don't be surprised if they sell big players at Man United. Because it seems to me they're only interested in this. They're only interested in that. They're not interested in anything else, what happens on the pitch. They're not interested in if Man United sell this player. Look, Anthony's gone, fan. Right? And Anthony didn't get a fair crack at the whip, did he? Really? If we're being totally honest with ourselves, he didn't get a fair crack at the whip, did he? But it cut 84% off the wage. Batista paying 84% of his wage. That's great. What have we come to? We're becoming Everton. We're becoming Southampton. We're becoming this type of team that, we need to cut the wage. You know, it's just crazy. You know, Absolutely. It's all fun about it. Easy, bro. Learn from me. Let's be together and enjoy it. It's serious, Lumen. It's not fun and going to. He cares about his football club. I care about this football club. And you know what? That's what we do. We care and we debate. There's no real debates these days. It's really healthy to have a fun debate. You know what I mean? It is good. It's healthy. It doesn't mean that we fall out because we don't agree. At the end of the day, what I want, what Irfan wants, is a successful Manchester United. At the end of the day, we all win then, don't we? We all on here. I want to be on here, you know what, enjoying this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Inshallah. You know, I want to be on here enjoying this, the stream and stuff and celebrating with you guys and this and that and that and this. And you know what I mean? And I want to be bantering our rivals, not each other. You know what I mean? I want to be bantering our rivals. I don't want to be bantering each other. Absolutely not. Sal, Rasta, I don't trust them, mate. And they are moving like scrubs. Mate, Jar, go strike the lightning. Rasta, Jar, big up, my friend. Big up, brother. Irfan, what freaks? And then out that Skulls and Fern and are quite mute about saying, yeah, Irfan. But they're quick to criticize individuals they don't like. Irfan, have you heard about Gary Neville going to some summit, you know, in America? This guy, right, knows, right, that he's going to profit off INEOS. Gary Neville knows that he's going to profit off INEOS. He knows that he's going to get some money coming through the door very, very soon. He knows it. That's why he's keeping very quiet. He can't talk about Sir Jim Ratcliffe or anyone because he knows, of course. At the end of the day, I trust Rasta. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, here we go. eHarmony again. I was thrown out of the Manchester United website and banned from criticizing the Glazers. I was against the Glazers. Funny you should say that, Almac. I was on the Man United website many, many years ago, about 2004, 2005. I was banned twice. Real opinion. They don't want real opinion, Almac. They don't want real opinion. You know, they don't want it. The British media moved on Anthony. Yeah. Used him as a scapegoat. Yeah, Lumen, calm down, brother. What are you talking about? Lumen, kindly, Lumen. Refrain from irritating my friends, okay? Refrain from irritating my friends. Okay, Rasta's my boy. He's a good person. And you know what? Refrain from irritating him. He's my friend, okay? So allow it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. You absolute legends, every single one of you. I'll be back later on, hopefully. How many times have you said sorry, Lumen? I've lost count. You know what I mean? I'm very generous to you, Lumen. You know that? You know, like, guys, at the end of the day, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You absolute legends, every single one of you. I'll be back tomorrow anyway, guys. It's just a commercial at the end of the day. I just got agitated this morning. Look, Lumen, I told you many, many times, get a punch bag, go for a jog. You know what I mean? Do something like that. Don't take it out on my guests because you seem to have a personality disorder, Lumen. Because you come on here just to, am I your punch bag? Is that what the case is at the end of the day? Come on, Reds. Big up Irfan. Absolutely. Big up everyone. Legends in the chat, of course. Thank you so much, guys. Much love. We'll be back later on, hopefully. I will keep you posted on anything changes. Guys, very busy moment for me at the moment. I'm doing a lot of things over here in the UAE at the moment. I'm building a new, obviously, doing some things in regards to Man United right now over here. So we're very busy at the moment in regards to that. So I'll keep you posted about everything, guys. Have a great day. Have a great evening, night, wherever you are in the world. Peace, and thank you for joining Stretford Post. Take it easy. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash a like on the way out, guys. See you later. Peace.